carb on there, brand new coil, all this junk, and I cannot get spark anymore. It just slowly like ran worse and worse and worse, like it was losing spark, and then now it has no spark. So kind of over that for that motor. I'm done messing with. I'm not gonna put any more money into it. This one, the street one, I did get this side cover. I need to get new ground bushings to hold it on. They still hold it on, but they're pretty dry and cracked. And I got a seat. So far, but so for that I've got a gas tank also, brand new white, just like I got for the other one. I don't drop it. So basically, so far, this is all I've got. I'm not gonna take the seat back off to get the tank to sit right, but so far this is what we're working with. I still have to clean the frame off, get the surface rust off, respray it black, make it look a little nicer, but we got a brand new seat, brand new white side cover, brand new white tank. So that's pretty much the only progress I have so far, because getting things shipped right now is a nightmare. Half the stores won't ship, half of them have a huge delay. You gotta wait weeks and weeks. So I'm just kind of being patient and waiting to order more stuff. But that's kind of where I'm at with the 250s. A little bit of progress, backwards progress with this motor. Just didn't have the power. I did the rebuild kit, I did the piston rings, I did the jug, I did all that stuff, the new gaskets and new carb, all that stuff. It just loses spark. The CT is still, swing arm's still sketchy, so I'm about to run to my bank, have the day off. I'm about to go put some money in so I can buy parts. I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna pull the swing arm off, and I'm gonna attempt to get the new bushings in best I can. I don't know how well it'll work. If I can get them in, I'll run the stock swing arm for a little bit until those ones go, but I'm sure they're better than the ones in there, which are 50 years old and went through the powder coating oven and melted and all that stuff. So as long as it's a little bit better and doesn't have as much play in the swing arm, I'll run those for a little bit until I can get a new swing arm here for that. But yeah, so other than that, I haven't really been able to do a whole lot because of all this shipping nonsense and companies shutting down for a while or taking a couple months to ship things. So alright, it's raining and it's time to get this swing arm off and see if I can get the bushings out. Well, that's a good time for my impact to die. My batteries are inside, and I don't feel like going inside to get them. Alright, I got the wheel off. Put that over here somewhere, who cares? Get the shocks off, I just gotta take the main swing arm bolt out, and she will be out. One thing I did just notice is right there on the edge of the swing arm, it's rubbing on the motor right there inside, which is probably never, you know, a good thing. That's one of the engine mounts. So I'll probably take a grinder and smooth that out a little bit just so it doesn't rub anymore. It does get pretty beat up by the chain. I don't have any chain sliders on this. Brand new chain's been stretching, so it's been getting loose, and I retighten it, gets loose again. But ain't no big deal. I don't see any cracks or anything anywhere. Lots of rubber from doing a couple burnouts and a lot of chain grease. But other than that, it looks good. We just gotta try to get those bushings out, which is gonna be probably a nightmare. Let's see if I can get them out. I don't have the hole saw that you use to get the bushing out, so I'm just going to take a small drill bit, go around the outside. That should get the inner part of it out. So I drilled around the outside a bunch of times, and there's the inner part of the one side. Now flip it to the other side. So the first side went pretty smooth, and now I have 3 broken drill bits in this one because they just wanted to break for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't break any on the first one. But the more I break in there, the more tight the inner part gets because it's, you know, they're in there, jammed in there. So, I don't know what's going on. I might try to get like an easy out. I have a couple somewhere. Just to see if it'll, right here. If this will grab that, rip the bushing right out. I'm gonna try that actually. Watch and learn, people. Those drill bits are kind of still in there. The more we loosen this, break that bushing up. Pull her out. Get those stupid broken drill bits out of there. I literally somehow managed to break the tip of my stepper bit trying to get these bushings out. But here's the two rubber bushings. Obviously they were all drilled and gross that were shot. So those are what came out. So now the swing arm just has the inner sleeve, which I cannot cut out how I wanted now that I look at it because there's a smaller diameter inner sleeve in there. There's like 3 bushings in this thing instead of 2 or something. I don't know, but figure something out. Alright, so this is my master plan. I got the hacksaw blade through the middle, and I'm just going to saw it into 2 pieces till the bushing ends, the sleeves fall out. So I'm going to put this in the vise somehow and try to cut them out. As you can imagine, with my luck and whatever else, this blade I have is not sharp at all. Okay, so in a nutshell, took me a few days because I've been busy at work, but I finally got enough time to get a new blade for the hacksaw, get it through the swing arm, cut the bushing in 2 halves, and then just kind of push it out. Once I cut it, it fell right out. Alright, garage is a mess as usual. Bike's filthy. Swing arm is on. I ended up getting a fresh blade for the saw from work, putting it through the swing arm, cutting the bushings out, and then once I cut them on both halves, pounded them out. I tried to pound them out before I cut them so they're banged up even more than they should be, and then I just pressed the new one in with a 15mm in the vise, bushing, swing arm. They went right in. But the ZB50, or the ZB50 clone, the Sky Team, whatever it was called, sold that. I have a KLX 110 at my house. It's my co-worker's brother-in-law's bike. I have to fix it. The kickstart's skipping. It's the one-way bearing, I'm pretty sure. So I tear that apart, fix that for them. So I'm working on a few things, but either way, the ZB's gone. I was kind of excited for that thing because it's just a cool looking bike, and I think it'd be pretty fun with a even 140 or 190 on it. I think it'd be sweet. But I'm kind of more into the Z50s and the actual Hondas. So sold that, but not a big deal.